welcome to Mind Over Pips. This is Pivot's Queen, and today we're going to talk about the greed trap. Greed is one emotion that can destroy account growth very quickly. This is going to be a 4-week tale of two different traders. We're going to compare Amaya to Roxanne and see how their trading weeks differ. Greed doesn't just want you to make more, it wants you to abandon your rules that are there to protect you. Greed can manifest as an overwhelming urge to maximize profits without regard for risk. When greed takes the wheel, discipline is the first thing thrown out of the car. Traders stop following their plan, widening their stops, they skip entries, and most dangerously, they increase their lot sizes. The account doesn't die from a single bad trade, it dies from a series of oversized decisions that are made up under greed's influence. So here's the setup. Both traders are going to have the same starting line and they're going to follow the same rules. They're both going to start with a $10,000 account. They're both trading Euro USD. They're both using a 20 pip stop loss per trade, and they're both going to risk 1% per trade, which is $100. Both traders have the same edge, the same account, they have the same risk rules written down. Their difference in their outcomes will entirely come from behavior, not just analysis and not from luck. With a 20 pip stop loss, our risk is defined unless greed quietly moves the lot size up. So, with a lot size of a 0.50, that's $5 per pip. With a 20 pip stop loss, we're going to risk $100. And that is the rule. That's our 1% rule. Now, if you were to double that and use a standard lot, you'll be risking 2 times our set risk, risking $200. And the higher the lot, the higher the risk goes. Doubling the lot size does give you the opportunity to make twice as much as you were going to make, but it also increases the damage of what you're going to lose if that trade does go against you. So greed doesn't change the market, it changes how much each move costs you. And a lot of traders get stuck in this trap because they do double their risk and they do see that money come in quickly. And that kind of encourages the bad behavior because if they see the money come quickly, they think they can do it again. But you don't realize that you're just increasing the amount of risk you're setting on your account. So let's meet the traders. Here we have trader number one. This is Amaya, and this is our role-based trader. She has a fixed 1% risk per trade. Her lot size is going to steadily stay at that 0.05. She accepts her normal losses, but she keeps to the plan and she lets the edge compound slowly. Now let's meet Roxanne. Roxanne is a greed-driven trader. She starts with that same 1% rule, but she treats wins as permissions to up her lot size. She revenge trades after losses, and she chases a make it back fast recovery method when building her account. So let's compare the two traders. Remember, they trade the same, they have the same trading style, the same starting account, and the same risk rules and 20 pip stop loss. Week one, Amaya stuck with her 1% risk. She had 5 planned trades. She took all 5 of them. 3 of them were winners, 2 of them were losers. The risk in the lot size never moved. She was calm and she had a repeatable week. Now let's look at Roxanne. She started with that zero point 0.5 lot, but she was tempted to increase her lot. She had the same results, but a win flicks a switch and she starts feeling like she's under trading and leaving money on the table. So they have the same numbers, but they have different stories on the inside. The seeds of greed are planted right after the win, not after a loss. So here's week two, and this is the first temptation. So Amaya stuck to her normal risk. She stuck to that 1%, and she just had a normal losing week. She kept her lot sizes flat, she took the small drawdown, and she trusted the plan. Roxanne, on the other hand, had a different experience. She doubled her lot to make it count. A normal loss became oversized and then revenge traded to try to make it back. So Amaya lost a little and held steady. Roxanne had the same market, but lost 6 times as much because greed inflated the lot size. Week 3, the recovery trap. Amaya stuck with her 1% risk and she had a green week. She let the winners run to her targets and she kept her size flat. The process rewarded and she didn't have any greed involved. Roxanne, on the other hand, was very desperate to recover. So her lot sizes went from zero point 0.5, where they should have been, to a 1.5 to a 2 lots. Um, with one win, that emboldened her. And then the next loss, she doubled down and she really is gutting the account. So greed's cruelest trick is to make it back fast mindset. Recovery math demands smaller risks, not bigger lots. And now let's look at week 4. The damage is done. So Amaya stuck with her same 1% risk and she closed the month with another solid week. Her compounding is starting to work in her favor. And yes, it took her 4 weeks to grow her account, but slow and steady seems to win the race because now let's look at Roxanne. So Roxanne had this all-in mentality. She maxed out her lot sizes trying to chase that recovery. Now she's using a 2.5 to a 3 lot. And one bad day at a 3 lot did a lot more damage than a month of discipline could fix. So after 4 weeks, Amaya has made 8.5%, while Roxanne is down minus 64%. They had the same start, the same edge, the same strategy, the same market, but they had a different relationship with greed. Now let's look at the full picture. This is over the 4 weeks of trading, and you can see that Amaya is the green with the rule-based trading, where Roxanne was greed-driven. At the beginning, you didn't really see much difference because Roxanne was still making money, but over time, her account started to feel the effects of her greed. So now Roxanne needs to make 178% just to climb back to where she started. So greed just didn't cost her money, it set her months backwards. She's going to need months of disciplined trading to build her account back up to just the starting point. So this becomes the greed cycle. First, you start with a win, then you start to feel a level of entitlement. You use a bigger lot size, you break your rules, you experience drawdown, and then you also experience desperation to make the money back. Once you win again, the cycle repeats, and each loop just gets bigger and faster until your account is gone. The cycle can only break when it's interrupted at the source, refusing to increase your lot size in response to emotion. Fixed risk is the cycle breaker. Greed promises speed, but it delivers setbacks. Greed starts after a win. You watch yourself when you're up and not just when you're down. Lot size is really the source of greed, so fix it before the trade and do not let emotions touch it. Discipline looks boring, but over 4 weeks, boring grew to 8.5% and greed shrank to 64%. And then recovery demands smaller risks, not bigger lots. Never size up to make it back. Greed is a powerful force and it could lead to blown trading accounts when it overrides discipline and decision making. It propels traders to take unnecessary risks, chase unrealistic gains, and abandon their established strategies. To safeguard against the detrimental effects of greed, it is crucial to maintain a fixed risk management approach and adhere to strictly predetermined or predefined trading rules. By doing so, traders can prevent emotions from dictating their actions, thereby protecting their capital and fostering long-term financial success. I hope you enjoyed today's Mind Over Pip segment, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.